Welcome back to Local 4 News Today. Happy Hump Day. First day of summer today. Let's hear it. Woo! All right. 58 degrees out there right now. Noontime, we're up to 73. Plenty of summer sun today and upper 70s to near 80. Tracking some Thursday trouble. We'll do that in a few minutes. But right now, Kim, what's going on?
Well, we do have one little problem out in Ann Arbor, so watch out for this one if you're traveling over on eastbound I-94. There is a car fire right at Jackson Avenue. The right lane is blocked. Be careful here.
All right, Kim, thank you. 5:25 is your time, and a date has been set for O.J. Simpson's parole hearing.
Yeah, he's going to appear before the Nevada Parole Board on July 20th. He served more than 8 years of a 9 to 33-year sentence for armed robbery and kidnapping. And if he's granted parole, he could be released as early as October 1st.
Simpson's attorney says that if paroled, he believes that Simpson will want to live a quiet life. New in our next half hour, stories from Farmington Hills, also Monroe and Romulus.
Plus, buyers beware. There is a popular product from IKEA that could suddenly catch fire. We'll show you the danger. But first, Nick Monticelli following breaking news for us this morning.
We continue to follow a double murder here on Detroit's west side. We've learned more information about where the victim came from and the type of weapon that may have been used. We'll update you next here on Local 4 News Today.
Let us save up.
Shaken from their sleep by sounds of gunfire, this west side Detroit neighborhood now a crime scene after 2 victims are found shot to death inside of a car. A live report on this breaking news just ahead.
Plus, budget cuts and controversy. New overnight, the Macomb County town that's in an uproar over plans to lay off police.
Summer is officially here. We get sunshine, warmer weather, pretty much a perfect day coming our way today on this official. It's finally official.
Yeah.
It is summer.
And taking a look at that shot there, I think one of my summer bucket list items is going to be to go to Belle Isle for the very first time.
You have never been on
Never.
Belle Isle?
In almost
How is
4
that even
years.
possible?
I know.
All the events, the stories we shoot, all the nothing?
Never been to Belle Isle.
Unbelievable.
And I've never been on the Detroit River either, so I'm going to either get a ride on the Princess or the other tour boat that goes.
Yeah.
That's my summer
You know what
bucket
else
list.
they have on the Detroit River now? You know those little mobile bars that ride around downtown Detroit?
I saw one.
They have one on the water now.
Yeah. So 3 things on our bucket list for summer, Brandon.
Yesterday would have been a tough day out there, drinking or not. Today it's a little bit better as we have calm conditions, clearing skies, and they've got a great little beach on Belle Isle as well. 58 degrees at Metro Airport, our Metro zone. Our 4 zones are a little bit cooler today than yesterday. Howell at 51. It's 49 in Lapeer right now up in our North Zone. Monroe at 57. Is it Golf League Day, Rhonda?
Yes, it is.
It's looking good. First day of summer is here and very summer-like. 60 degrees at 8 a.m. Grab the shades, sunblock, apply, reapply. 73 degrees at noon. Humidity is under control today, so we're in pretty good shape. 79, 80 degrees this afternoon and a dry evening ahead as well. Our Kim Haircast is looking good today with sunshine and light winds. We shouldn't have much problem at all as far as the frizzes and the humidity. The humidity does climb tomorrow. The heat, humidity, storm chances are all up Thursday. We'll have more on that, Kim, coming up.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I did think my hair looked pretty good today. All right, well, good hair day. Low humidity, that'll do it. All right, well, let's take a look right now at what's happening out there on the roads. We are looking good, no accidents. So let's talk about some construction that could affect you if you are traveling during the evening hours. This is happening on the northbound lanes of Telegraph between I-696 and 12 Mile. Only 1 lane open there, so it could be slower. But again, this is a nightly project happening between the hours of 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. happening for the rest of the week, wrapping up on Friday morning. Also, construction on westbound Square Lake Road between Woodward and Telegraph. Only 1 lane open there between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. This is also wrapping up Friday morning. Over to you.
Kim, thank you. There are a lot more questions and answers right now after 2 men are found shot to death inside of a car.
Yeah, the victims were discovered inside of that car on Detroit's west side. Local 4's Nick Monticelli has been talking with neighbors. You've been talking with police as well, Nick. What have you learned?
Hi, Rod. Good morning to you. I've learned that one of the victims in this double homicide actually lives in front of the home that Chevy Malibu, or in the home that the Chevy Malibu is parked in front of. We've also learned that one of the weapons used in this murder is an assault-style rifle. That's one of the reasons you see so many evidence markers in the street there. 22 at last count, different shell casings found, meaning 22 different shots were fired during this murder. We can also show you some video. You can see that between those evidence markers, the glass blown out all over the street, and the driver's side window that was shot out, this was an intense shooting. The victims, 2 of them, males found in the driver and the passenger seat. Again, the passenger lives at the home this car is parked in front of. They are 21 and in their 20s. Police aren't sure the exact age on the other victim. And we were told that family members came out of the home when they heard gunshots. That's when they saw that one of their loved ones was inside of that car. They're still working to figure out who the other person is right now. As for a suspect, of course, they're still working on that as well, trying to figure out what happened here. Were these targeted attacks? Was something going on? Was there an argument, a dispute? All those things are not sure just yet. They did say, though, that if anyone was in this area, which is at 8 Mile and Southfield Freeway, more importantly right here on Glastonbury on Detroit's west side, around 2:15 this morning, and they saw something suspicious, maybe somebody in the area that didn't belong or running away, driving away quickly, please call the Detroit Police Department. We're live here on Detroit's west side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
All righty, Nick, thank you for the update there. It is 5:34, and people in Fraser turned out in full force to voice their views on a budget shortfall and allegations of sexual harassment against the city's mayor and a city councilman. It was late last night. The council voted down a $5 million tax hike that would balance the city's budget and prevent the layoff of up to 6 police officers. Residents already voted down the hike last November. Mayor Joe Nichols says the allegations against him started surfacing once he said he wouldn't support raising the taxes to $5 million. Nichols spoke exclusively with our Mara McDonald.
I never stood in front of anybody and said I was perfect. I've told that off-color joke. I have made remarks that some might think, you know, that's probably not the best thing. But I'm a human being. I'm not making excuses. I'm giving an explanation.
Well, there's no word now on when the possible police layoffs could take place.
Detroit police are asking for the community's help in finding a hit-and-run driver. It's a story that we first broke yesterday morning. Police say that this red Saab, it's a license plate number 97X, that is the style of the vehicle, a Saab 97X SUV, and it hit a 60-year-old woman with a walker looking to cross 7 Mile on Monday and kept on going. This happened late at night around 11:30. Investigators say that the SUV should have significant damage. The woman does not have any family or friends that are looking to start a GoFundMe page. Her friends are, to give her a proper burial.
Nearly 3 weeks after a car full of teens was shot at in Romulus, police have now released a sketch of that suspect. Take a look. This is who they're looking for. It was back on June 1st. The teens say that this man shot at their car on Wayne Road near I-94. A 13-year-old boy was left with a large bruise after one of the bullets went through the back seat where he was sitting. The teens say that the shooter took off in a small, newer model silver car. And over to Farmington Hills now, police there on the lookout for this man who they believe has robbed 2 banks in the area. It was Tuesday afternoon that they say he went to the Chase Bank on Middle Belt and 11 Mile and handed the teller a note demanding money. Police also believe that he robbed a nearby Bank of America last month.
Today, a Pennsylvania judge is set to decide whether to release the names of the jurors who served on Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial. A mistrial was declared on Saturday when the jury could not come to a unanimous verdict. Now, many want the jurors' names to be released. Both prosecutors and defense attorneys want the names to remain sealed so that they can select an impartial jury for an expected retrial. Bad news for hundreds of hockey players in Monroe this morning.
Yeah, their city council voted to shut down the Monroe Multi-Sports Complex. It's a story that we first told you about earlier this month. The complex has lost more than $2 million in 17 years of operation and has not turned a profit in 12 years. Hockey teams and leagues will now look to Wayne County or Toledo to find arenas to host their games.
It is 5:37 here on your Wednesday morning, and this morning an exclusive look into the future of downtown Detroit.
And it goes well beyond the new arena.
You're going to see things bigger than life, things you haven't seen at Disney or Times Square or Vegas or anything like that. I mean, it's that large, that impactful. I think that's going to blow people away.
Oh, it certainly will. It's Detroit in 3D, everybody. We're going to explain and take a look at what all of this means for our city's comeback.
Pretty exciting. And don't mess with Michigan in the carport at 6, why many are upset in the UP. We'll tell you why.
But first, a new and chilling look at a deadly police-involved shooting. After the break, why a jury and the officer's chief didn't see this case the same way.
Looking.
Sir, I have to tell you, I do have a firearm on me.
Don't reach for it then. Don't pull it out. Don't pull it out.
Well, there is new video released in the deadly shooting involving Minnesota police officer Geronimo Yanez. The officer has been acquitted in the death of Philando Castile. You're looking at dash cam video from that last July stop. Castile was shot after he told police that he was carrying a gun and had a permit. Officer Yanez can be heard on video telling him not to reach for the gun. And then several shots were fired into that car when Yanez believed Castile was reaching for the gun. Yanez was acquitted on charges for manslaughter and reckless discharge of a firearm, but after the trial, he was fired by that police department. The lawsuit over the shooting death of Michael Brown has been settled. Brown was shot and killed by a police officer in 2014. Terms of the wrongful death settlement between Ferguson and Brown's parents were not disclosed. Ferguson, a largely black suburb of St. Louis, gained notoriety worldwide, in fact, after Officer Darren Wilson gunned down Brown, an unarmed 18-year-old shoplifting suspect. Brown's parents sued the city, former police chief and Officer Wilson, in 2015.
Turning our attention to good health this morning, eating fish may ease symptoms of arthritis. Researchers collected diet information from more than 150 patients. Those who ate fish twice a week had less swelling and joint pain. Symptoms improved most among people with the highest consumption of fish. Now experts believe that fish may lower inflammation. And we can't say that it will make them eat it, but a study claims an increase in broccoli consumption can improve a child's academic performance.
Yeah, there's a pigment found in leafy greens, egg yolks, and broccoli that has been found to increase a child's overall brain health. New research suggests high levels of lutein help children perform tasks better in school, regardless of IQ.
Experts are now encouraging children and adults to consume more lutein. So eat your broccoli, Brandon.
Or you could eat the egg yolks. I'm going to go with the egg yolks.
I feel like we're making words up. Lutein? That sounds healthy, but imagine leafy greens, broccoli, and egg yolks. Just mix it up. Breakfast. Good luck, son. It all kind of makes sense now. I ate none of those for most of my life, right? How about your local Ford storm pins? Tom Holzer Ford bringing us this picture. This is put on there by DPK over in Fairhaven, up north on the north side of Lake St. Clair. You see a little shelf cloud there, part of a thunderstorm cloud that rumbled through the area, and we had several of those yesterday. In that time frame between 5 and about 9 p.m., we saw the rain showers and isolated thunder showers coming through. Local 4 Storm Pins is a free app under WDIV. Go ahead and get it. We have storms tomorrow that could be on the strong to severe side, and it's sort of a social media way of connecting, making sure everybody knows what's coming, what's happening, and making sure everybody is safe. Mount Clemens, good morning. 58 degrees right now, a west wind at 5. It is the first day of summer. The summer solstice, 12:24 this morning. We are just recovering in the weather office from an all-night solstice rager. 73 degrees at noon, mostly sunny, upper 70s to near 80 this afternoon. Some of you getting into the low 80s with a little bit of cloud cover mixing in as we start to warm things up. Not much happening here locally, but we bounce out and we see that tropical storm Cindy down south. 60-mile-an-hour winds, some decent rains flooding, flash flooding rain threats parts of Louisiana into the Florida Panhandle here. We're going to start to see some of the moisture sneaking in here tomorrow and the humidity as well. The Storm Prediction Center has placed us under a marginal risk, the weakest risk category on the east side, but our west zone, maybe in a Livingston, Washtenaw, Lenawee counties, a little bit higher risk for storms. And I think it's mainly for the afternoon threat as the peak heat of the day, but we will get some heavy rain showers tomorrow morning that could slow down the morning drive, and then midday 85, muggy, breezy. Afternoon, we'll have to keep an eye to the skies on Thursday. Friday morning also a little bit wet, hoping to salvage a decent start to the GM River days, and most of the weekend looks pretty nice. Temperatures cool off a little bit. Ford fireworks, well, the model data is split, so for now we'll keep it dry, especially during the fireworks. I think if we get a shower, it'd be in the afternoon. Kim?
All right, good stuff. Well, happy summer, everyone. Brandon recovering from that all-night party. Do you know what we call summer in the traffic department, anyone? Yes, construction season. And of course, we've got some of that going on today. Let's take a look here at I-375. This is some construction happening on the north and southbound sides between Lafayette to Madison. One lane block there between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. This will continue until Friday afternoon. And let's take a look at some construction over on eastbound I-696. Right at I-275, you will see the orange barrels out. There's going to be one lane block there between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. This will be happening today and tomorrow as well. And then northbound I-275, construction there as well. From Eureka to Ford Road, only one lane open. This is happening in the evening, though, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Guys, over to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. So we certainly don't want to rush through summer, but many are really looking forward to September for huge reasons.
Yes, and that's my birthday month. But other than that, the new Little Caesars Arena is going to be hosting its first event.
Yes, and this morning, Nick Monticelli shows us this really cool 3D printed model Olympia Development and Entertainment put together that shows us the District Detroit plan.
If you're anything like me, people talk about the District Detroit, and I have a basic idea of what it is, but I didn't really get the big picture. Welcome to the big picture. This is 50 blocks of the District Detroit, the core of our city. And not only does it help us visualize what it's going to be like, it helps those planning with what else they can do. Little Caesars Arena is going up much faster than many thought, but because of the parking, garages, apartments, and hotels surrounding it, it's tough to wrap your mind around the entire project. Until now. This enormous 3D print of the arena shows what's planned so far. Offices to the east of the arena, along Woodward, and then parking, garages, apartments, retail space, and restaurants to the west and south. It also shows incredible details inside of the arena, the gondola seating, the transparent roof concourse, or the aluminum skin that can act as enormous projection screens.
And you're going to see things bigger than life, things you haven't seen at Disney or Times Square or Vegas or anything like that. I mean, it's that large, that impactful. I think that's going to blow people away.
It's quite lavish, obviously. It even includes 20,000 little hockey fans, which was quite a task for the company printing the model.
They came back and they said no. I said it's not too hard to do that, but they did not want to be the ones that had to glue each one into the seats themselves.
Jim Verplat is with Stratasys, a 3D printing producer, gutsy enough to take on the task of creating all this in a 3 to 4 week timeline. And even with all the projects he's worked on,
we put parts on rockets, we put parts on race cars, but this is really cool.
The arena, though, is only one half of this project. All of District Detroit is the other half. Olympia wanted something that could essentially help them see into the future.
And it's so real.
Tom Wilson says it helped highlight what ideas really worked and which ones didn't.
And then you place it on the model and you go, you know, you're going to create some traffic issues. This is going to be a problem, but if you put it over here, look how well everything flows.
This model showcases all 50 blocks of the District Detroit, tying together Ford Field, Comerica Park, Little Caesars Arena, the Fox, and more.
We started off with just a plan for an arena. That's all it was going to be in this same spot. Different kind of arena, 16, 17 stories tall. And then Chris said, we're not thinking big enough.
That is one of the reasons this larger model was created, providing a bigger picture and also giving planners a bird's eye view of what properties might need to be purchased in order to expand. Think of it like a giant puzzle one that evolves every time there is a new development.
We'll just walk over here and do a presentation for somebody and go, oh, that wasn't there before. And one little piece just makes such a difference in terms of filling in this puzzle that we have.
A puzzle that is much larger than you or I may have realized. But thanks to this 3D printing technology, it is a little easier to understand.
This is the symbol of the comeback of our city. And so you do feel proud.
In Detroit, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
That is exciting.
And it's so exciting that it's our city. You've
Right.
seen transformations happen across the country and other cities, but this is happening here in Detroit, right down the street from us.
Very
It's
cool.
Just very exciting. And of course to Olympia Entertainment and the Illich family and everybody, Tom Wilson working so hard to create this for us all to enjoy. It's just it's going to be good times around here, and it's
With
certainly
all the-
going to be a place that people are going to travel to come and see. So
Absolutely.
it's pretty nice to be a Detroiter right now.
It certainly is.
5:51 is your time. Up next, the bowl that heats up even when it's not on a stove.
Yeah, so it actually can still burn what's inside. We've got that warning for you coming up next. Keep it here.
Discover the wild side of the Detroit River.
Plus, something's ready to take off in the D.
So fasten your seatbelts, ka-chunk.
Today at 10 a.m. on Local 4.
More than 50 years.
5:54, weather and traffic on the 4s. Welcome back to Local 4 News today at 58 degrees. Dry conditions starting to get a little bright out there, and you want to grab the shades. Get ready for a nice warm first day of summer. 73 at noon, high near 80. Plenty of sun today, Kim.
Sounds like a great start to the summer. And it's a great start to your day, too. Take a look at I-94 right at Greenfield. Things looking good here. Dry roads to start the day, and we are still accident-free.
Alrighty, good stuff, Kim. Thank you. It is 5:55. Let's get into this Help Me Hang consumer alert involving IKEA. There's a warning if you own this metal bowl. It has been reported that the bowl causes objects placed inside of it to burn. One customer said that they discovered the danger when the stem of grapes that were placed inside started smoldering. He noticed the bowl filtered sunlight to a point that was hot enough to cause that burning. IKEA officials now say that they are conducting tests. Well, you won't believe this. There's a couple in Ohio that's resting a little bit easier this morning after a very, very large sum of money they mistakenly donated was returned back to them.
So here's what happened. 2 employees at a Goodwill store found $100,000 cash in a duffel bag of donated clothes. They initially thought the money had to be fake. Turns out the husband of the woman who donated the clothes had recently withdrawn the money to purchase a new home.
Yeah, and in addition to the money, there was also a will and other legal documents that were found in that bag. You would have thought that with that much money, they would have, the husband and wife would have had a conversation. Now, hey, honey, I put the 100K,
this
the
is
100
where it
racks
is.
in the duffel bag, along with the will and everything else. So don't
You think he
donate
hid it in the clothes? And she...
I don't. Who withdraws $100,000 anyway?
Cash.
Cash.
I know.
I don't care what you're buying. We have cards for that these days.
They do things different in Ohio, apparently.
Clearly. It is 5:56, everybody, and coming up all new at 6 o'clock. Local stories for you from Clinton Township, Romulus, and Detroit.
Plus, Amazon is now letting customers try before they buy. We'll explain.
And, of course, we are continuing to follow breaking news for you from Detroit's west side this morning. Sadly, that's where 2 people were gunned down earlier. Our Nick Monticelli is there live at the scene. We'll check in with him next.
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
2 men are dead in a crime scene that looks like a war zone. We're following breaking news from Detroit's west side where police are investigating a deadly double shooting.
Plus, breaking from overnight, a fall from grace for Uber co-founder. The CEO of the ride-sharing company stepping down after a pretty tumultuous year. Brandon?
Welcome to Local 4 News today on the first day of summer 2017, and it's looking good out there. Thank you.
Oh, look at just the sky cam views that we have there of the eastern sky, watching the sunrise. And
right over Belle Isle.
The downtown skyline. It's just a beautiful morning, the longest day of the year, and 80s, sunny. We don't need Brandon. It's so perfect. You know, I mean, this is an easy forecast for you today.
Absolutely. Not much to talk about, huh?
It's like my mom again. I get the weather right here on my phone. I don't need you. You need me. You need a smile on your face in addition to a little weather. We had some rain yesterday. Everything is cleared out. Temperature's a little bit cooler. These west-northwest winds, not real strong, but delivering some nice, dry, cooler air. Comfortable stuff. 57 at our Metro Airport, Metro Zone. Double Nickels 55 out in Ann Arbor in our West Zone. Pontiac 52 and Adrian 54 in our South Zone. Hello, summer. Yes, we do still have some schools hanging on. 57 at the bus stop this morning and 79 this afternoon with mostly sunny skies. It's a good hair day. Humidity is down. The winds are light. Sun is out. So we're good to go. Tomorrow, things change significantly. We have clear skies now, but tracking tropical moisture and humidity coming at us, and we'll talk again more about that coming up. Right now, Kim is standing by for live traffic time. Good morning.
Wow, good morning, Brandon. Doesn't get much better than that. Happy summer, everyone. Looking forward to a great season, and this is a great commute this morning. Take a look here. If you are traveling along the Lodge this morning, this is the Lodge right at Southfield Freeway. Pretty light traffic volume, still looking good. We have dry roads. I know some of you saw some rain yesterday, but you don't need to worry about wet roads this morning. May be something tomorrow, though. We'll talk about that later. And we're going to talk about some construction on I-75. I'll tell you about that coming up at 6:14. Back to you.
Thank you, Kim. At 6:01 now, we want to get to the breaking news that we've been following for you all morning long from Detroit's West Side.
And that is where 2 men were shot and killed, found inside of a car. Nick Monticelli is live there on the scene with multiple police still there investigating. What do we know, Nick?
Rhonda, the medical examiner from Wayne County has just arrived. They're going to take the 2 bodies out of this car, take them back to their office for the full autopsies. I want to show you some video, though, from early this morning. The shooting happened at about 2 o'clock this morning, and we have learned that one of the victims lives at the home that this Malibu is parked in front of, the Chevy where the 2 bodies were found. It was the passenger that was found inside that car that lives at the home. There's also the driver, and detectives don't know yet what the relationship is, why they were together, or any of that. The type of gun used in this case is an assault-style rifle, as explained to me by one of the detectives, and there were about 20 to 22 shell casings found here on the scene. He said it was probably a pretty intense shootout. Or shooting, I should say. They're not sure if it was a shootout, if there was any kind of exchange of gunfire. The 2 victims, one is in their 20s, the other one is exactly 21 years old. They're still working on the identification of the other person. Again, the person that is not related to those that live inside the home right in front of where this happened. They're having a hard time determining exactly what happened here. The detective said that it is so early on. They're not sure what the circumstances were, why the shooting happened, if there was an argument or if this was some kind of targeted attack. But because of all that, there's a lot of things that they need to work on right now. As we come back out here live, we're going to move away from the scene because the medical examiner is going to start working and getting those bodies out of the car, and that's something I don't want you folks at home to see, so we're going to move the camera away from all of that. But again, detectives trying to figure out exactly what happened here. They did say that if you were in this area, 8 Mile and Southfield area, and noticed something suspicious, somebody that didn't seem right, or even a car speeding away that just didn't fit, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, please call the Detroit Police Department, or you can call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. We're live here on Detroit's West Side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
Hopefully somebody has information that they can bring forward. Nick, thank you for the update.
Meanwhile, police have arrested a person of interest after a 3-year-old boy shot and killed himself after finding a gun in Clinton Township. The man, who goes by the name Bop, was taken into custody at a gas station nearby on Detroit's West Side. 3-year-old Cameron Dillard. He picked up this gun and shot and killed himself after finding the gun that was dropped on the ground. After the shooting, the man picked up the gun and went on the run. No word if that gun was ever found.
A 51-year-old man is now dead after a stolen Mustang speeds through a red light and crashes right into him. This all happened near the intersection of Springwells and Gartner Streets in southwest Detroit. Police say an 18-year-old man stole the Mustang from a dealership in Woodhaven and sped down the wrong side of Springwells, reaching speeds of up to 100 miles per hour after seeing police at a party store. That's when the Mustang crashed into that black car. The 18-year-old driver was taken into custody, and believe it or not, he was not even hurt. An off-duty Detroit police officer opens fire on the city's east side after an argument. That officer got into an argument with another woman who pepper sprayed her, and that's when the officer opened fire. No one was hurt in the incident, and Detroit police are now investigating what happened.
A suspected suicide bomber is gunned down at a Belgian train station after he sets off a small explosion. No other casualties have been reported in what authorities are treating as the latest terrorist incident in Europe. The explosion happened at the Brussels Central Station on Tuesday. The man shouted out Islamic phrase after the explosion. Officials say that the man was of Moroccan nationality. Police found the suspect's bag, which contained gas canisters.
The seat in Georgia's 6th district will remain in Republican hands. Karen Handel wins the closely fought battle that drew national attention and was the most expensive House race in history at more than $50 million spent on both sides. Handel will now fill the seat vacated by President Donald Trump's Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price. She is also the first woman to hold this seat.
A health care legislation that has been drafted behind closed doors is expected to see the light of day. Republican senators and the American public receive what is being called a discussion draft of the American Health Care Act. The tight-lipped creation of the bill has riled up not only Democrats but Republicans as well, and it appears there will be zero support from Democrats, meaning the GOP can only afford to lose 2 of its votes to get this bill passed.
Time now is 6:06 on your Wednesday morning, and after its reputation literally went up in flames, Samsung is looking to bring back a once popular smartphone. We got the details for you coming up.
Plus, Jason just arrived in the carport. Good morning.
Good morning. They spent $50 million on that one election. That is
certainly
astonishing.
A piece.
Uber's top spot vacant this morning. Co-founder and CEO Travis Kalanick no longer with the ride-sharing company. Why he left and the controversy behind it coming up next. Local.
Happening today, 2 inmates accused of killing 2 corrections officers during their escape from a prison bus are set to appear in a Georgia courtroom. This is 43-year-old Donnie Rowe and 24-year-old Ricky DuBose. They were captured last week in Tennessee, 2 days after their escape. Rowe was already serving a life sentence. DuBose was serving 20 years for robbing an elderly man.
Today in Pennsylvania, a judge is set to decide whether to release the names of the jurors who served on Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial. A mistrial was declared on Saturday when the jury could not come to a unanimous verdict. Both prosecutors and defense attorneys want the names to remain sealed so that they can select an impartial jury for the expected retrial.
Because sometimes.
Welcome back, everybody. Just into our newsroom. Breaking news out of London, England. The Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, has been hospitalized. We've learned that he is undergoing treatment for an infection from a pre-existing condition. He's reportedly in good spirits, so we will stay on top of this throughout the morning as we get any further updates. Meanwhile, Uber now looking to fill a big position. They need a new CEO following a major shakeup overnight.
Yeah, the co-founder Travis Kalanick has officially resigned from that top spot. Let's turn things over to Jason Carr now. Do we know why he left?
Embattled, right? He's been embroiled in controversy in recent months, and last week went on indefinite leave from the ride-sharing company. Now he's resigned altogether after facing mounting pressure from investors. Kalanick is stepping away from Uber, the former CEO and co-founder revealed in an interview with the New York Times. The San Francisco-based company has been trying to reverse damage done to its reputation. Kalanick himself was accused of fostering a so-called bro culture at Uber, which included sexual harassment within the company. 20 employees were eventually fired over that. Allegations of trade secrets, theft, and an investigation into efforts to mislead government regulators also surfaced during his tenure. Also getting attention was this spat with one of his own drivers.
Some people don't like to take responsibility for their they blame everything in their life on somebody else. But why you sending an email for town car? Good luck. Good luck to you too.
This news comes just hours after Uber announced it will now allow passengers to tip drivers on its app. In the Times article, Kalanick said, quote, "I love Uber more than anything in the world, and at this difficult moment in my personal life, I have accepted the investors' request to step aside so that Uber can go back to building rather than being distracted with another fight," end quote. The Uber board also released a statement saying Kalanick's resignation will give the company room to fully embrace this new chapter in Uber's history.
Yeah, acknowledging his personal life. He lost his mother recently, so he is certainly going through a lot.
Going through a lot indeed. All right. Thank you, Jason. We want to get now to some very exciting news that we'd like to share with you here at Local 4. WDIV was honored by the National Association of Broadcasters in Washington, D.C. There you see our general manager, Marla Drutz, as well as our news director, Kim Voigt. We received the Service to America Television Award for excellence in serving the community.
Nice to have Senator Debbie Stabenow there as well. We are proud to say that the telethon that Local 4 hosted raised $1 million for Flint. The Help Me Hank School Project also acknowledged our Arab in America series with Sandra Ali, the work that we do with Race for the Cure, and many other community events that we have done here at Local 4 helped us to receive that honor. We're a part of this community and we love that, and we're really proud to be honored for it.
Proud of that, and we do want to extend a big thank you to you, the community members and viewers, for participating in a lot of the telethons that we've done and Race for the Cure, as you mentioned, and for making something like that possible. So thank you.
Yeah, indeed. So let's get over to Kim and Brandon to talk about this beautiful day coming our way.
Brandon's recovering.
Yeah.
Big night last night.
I don't even remember it.
Oh.
It was crazy.
Wow.
The solstice. The summer solstice rager. It's usually a little bit better than the winter solstice one.
Oh, yeah, because it's like summer and stuff like that.
It is, you know, you get more pina coladas and stuff like that going.
Tropical drinks.
Jimmy Buffett blaring. In the winter, it's a little dull, you know, not just because Paul Gross hosts it. What? All right, here we go. Summer solstice. The information you don't necessarily need to know, but maybe you want to know. Officially, it began at 12:24 this morning, and it's the time when the sun is at the northernmost point from the equator. So we get a ton of direct sunlight straight overhead, quick burn time, so we need the sunblock. We are actually tilted farther away from the sun than we are in the wintertime, but it's that direct sunlight. I should say we're tilted closer but farther away from the sun in the summertime, believe it or not. Most hours of sunlight all year will be today, and of course in the southern hemisphere it is known as winter solstice. Boom. Bright sunshine on your start of summer, and you're welcome. I know the only place you can safely stare at the sun right here on Local 4 News today. 57 degrees with a northwest wind at about 5. Barometric pressure holding right there at about 30 inches. Steady. We're going to have pretty stable weather, nice weather today for the first day of summer. I know it's Rhonda Walker's Golf League day, and hopefully you get a chance to hit the links today. 73 at noon. Again, apply and reapply. Hydrate. 79 degrees this afternoon, a nice mix of sunshine, a couple of clouds, but the winds are on the lighter side. West-northwest 5 to 10. Great day for boating, great day at the pool. Don't have a whole lot going on in those skies out there, so we look for tropical moisture. Tropical storm Cindy down in the Gulf, spreading rain up into the Gulf Coast states. Flash flooding a concern. Gusty winds of 60 plus, but that heat, humidity, moisture all coming up our way tomorrow. We're going to start in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock with some scattered soaking showers. Midday, it's warm and muggy, 85. And then in the afternoon, a chance even for some severe storms. So that's Thursday afternoon. Keep an eye to the sky. Friday, GM River Day starts. I think morning showers are most likely. Probably not going to see a ton of activity in the afternoon. Saturday, decent, 77, just an isolated shower or two, but Sunday does look like the wetter of the two weekend days right now, and the Ford fireworks are looking pretty good right now. We'll keep a close eye. And this is our Josh Daunt out in Warren this morning, our photographer of the day, giving us a beautiful shot. Veterans Memorial Park in Warren. You can see the flags are silent there. The sun is bright. You're going to need those sunglasses heading out today. And all in all, on the first day of summer, It's a good one. Good day to recover from that rager.
Well, that is good advice. Grab the shades before you head out the door. Take a look here. That's our 1-800-CALL-SAM-CHOPPER shot. It is bright out there, but things looking perfect in this area. However, we do have an accident over on I-75 I want to warn you about. If you are just headed out the door right now, this is the northbound side of I-75 right at 7 Mile here. We have an accident blocking your right shoulder. Watch out for that. Also on I-75, we've got construction. This is happening on the northbound side from Clark to West Grand Boulevard, 1-lane block there until 3 o'clock today. Also northbound I-75 between 12 Mile and 13 Mile, 1-lane block there. This construction starting up at 9 a.m., wrapping up at 3 p.m. Evrod.
All right, Kim, thank you. Let's get into today's consumer headlines at 6:17. Amazon offering customers the opportunity to try before they buy. It's really interesting. But first, Samsung looking to bring back the Galaxy Note smartphone. You might remember that one. Maribel Aber joining us live now at NASDAQ. Let's start with this one because it was hot, literally.
It literally hot, Evrod. So Samsung will bring back its Galaxy Note brand in August. Reuters reports the electronics giant plans to introduce the Galaxy Note 8 at an event in the second half of the month. So the last model, the Galaxy Note 7, ended up being discontinued after some of the devices caught fire and exploded. The ordeal ended up costing Samsung at least $5.3 billion. So we'll watch for that. Amazon is launching a try before you buy program with clothes. It's called Prime Wardrobe. It lets you buy clothes, try them out for a week, and return whatever you don't want for free. You can order anywhere from 3 to 15 items, and you don't pay until after 7 days. You'll also get a 10% discount if you keep 3 or 4 of the items, and 20% off if you keep 5 or more. Prime Wardrobe is being tested now, and no word on when the service will officially launch. Evrod, the trick is to know what you want so you can pick up that discount. But we don't know what we want.
Yeah. Very good point. Very good point indeed. All right, Maribel, thank you. Time now is 6:19, and it is the first day of summer, as we've been telling you all morning long. And to celebrate, there's something pretty cool happening here in Metro Detroit. Wayback Burgers is giving out free milkshakes to all of its customers.
Yes,
nice?
Wayback got its start back in 1991 in Newark, New Jersey, and now has locations right here in Rochester Hills and also Dearborn Heights. So today, all of those who stop by either location will receive one of these, a free Junior Black and White milkshake.
Okay, so we're going to have to try this during the commercial break. It looks absolutely delicious.
It sure does. Meanwhile, we want to go over to Kim.
Good morning, guys. Well, before we get to the pet, I have to wish you a happy birthday yesterday, Patrice.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. And then you have a special happy birthday.
My sister Kim Reed, today is her birthday.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's all in the family. My whole family's birthdays are in June, so I want to wish her a happy birthday. And our lady that brought our cat today, it's her birthday today, too. So
that's crazy. Well, happy birthday to everyone.
You.
But let's talk about Peaches here.
This is Peaches. She's about a year old. She already had a litter of kittens, and they've all been adopted, so she's ready to go.
She's very pretty. What kind of cat is she?
She's a calico.
A calico?
And calicos always come female.
Oh, really?
They're always females.
Well, she is beautiful and very sweet. And, you know, cats are great to have at home, so if you would like to adopt Peaches, call Ferndale Cat Shelter today at 248-733. 3554, and you can adopt Peaches, and she is just a sweetheart.
Right. And she'll be at the cafe. You know how they have the cafe in Ferndale?
Okay.
Where you drink tea and coffee and you play with cats.
Awesome.
At the cafe. So that's what she'll be.
All right, good information. And we do want to let you know about an adoption update, one of our recent pets of the week. Right here we have Ziva with some new dog siblings and her new owner, Lauren Collins. So congratulations to that big growing dog family.
Well, she was the foster mom and ended up foster failure. End up adopting the dog.
You know, sometimes I think that happens.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's okay. It's a great thing. All right, thank you for joining us, Patrice, and call right away to adopt Peaches. Over to you.
Oh, I guess it was meant to be. She was supposed to have that dog. All right, thank you, Kim. It is 6:21 and a new arena. Of course, we know that's coming for the Red Wings, but we're hearing New Jersey's too, so we'll take a look at that.
All right. Also, before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend for the day. This is Daniel Foster from Lincoln Park. He works for Wallside Windows and is recently engaged, so big congratulations to you. He's a first-time homeowner with 2 children, 9-year-old Aiden and 7-year-old Lily, and he loves hockey, as if you could not tell, right?
The perfect family. Congrats on the new house, and How about a little housewarming present from us? Tormina's Pizza gift card just for you and your family for being our friend of the day. And everybody else, if you want to be our friend of the day, first you have to like the Local 4 Facebook page, click on the Friend of the Day tab, upload a picture, and tell us a little something about yourself. And like Daniel, you may be our next friend of the day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Local 4 News today. 57 degrees out there right now, a little bit cooler in many of our suburbs. It is the first day of summer, and we're going to see temps in the low and middle 70s at lunch. Lots of sun today, Kim. Highs near 80.
All right, good stuff. Well, let's take a look at an accident on northbound I-75. This is right at 7 Mile. Watch out here. It's blocking your right shoulder.
Well, it was a late one last night, extra innings, and we'll start with the Tigers in sports in Seattle last night, trying to turn the ship around and in the right direction, snap a losing streak. But in the end, Mariners prevailed, getting the 5-4 win in 10 innings. Tigers have lost 4 in a row, 9 of their last 12. The same 2 teams will be back in action late tonight. To hockey, where the Red Wings will not only have a new arena next season, but new jerseys. Last night, the NHL unveiled the new Adizero, is that right? Like Adidas, Adizero style jerseys from all 31 NHL teams. No real difference for the Wings, though, as they worked with the Adidas company to preserve their iconic jersey. The only difference is in the new Adizero technology, that it is a lightweight jersey, more breathable and more durable, guys.
Good deal.
Time now is 6:26, and coming up next at 6:30, local stories for you from Fraser, Farmington Hills, and Detroit.
Plus, it's better than the gym, why experts say it's best to take your workouts outdoors.
But first, wrestling and wrangling a llama. What's going on here? This is coming up next. It's today's top video, everybody.
Get White Hot.
All right, everybody, come close. I haven't even seen this one yet, so this is going to be very exciting. It's today's top video. Where does this happen? Well, it happens in California. Deputies came across a very unique situation in Solano County, California. They were riding in a patrol car when they saw a llama trying to cross the road.
The animal had apparently escaped from its pasture. The 2 officers tried to get the llama out of the roadway, but eventually just had to take a walk.
What do you think that cop is thinking right about now? I would imagine he's like, I did not sign up for this. This is not in my job description.
Just wanted to get out and take a walk, apparently. So you see the officer walking right down the street. That's kind of a funny sight. We're back in a minute.
Could you imagine that happening here?
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
2 men are dead after gunfire erupts on Detroit's west side, and now police trying to figure out how this community turned into a crime scene. We'll have a live report coming up.
Plus, cuts coming. Police officers in Fraser on the verge of losing their jobs. This as the city deals with controversy. Brandon, it's telestration time.
Well, take a look at some showers snaking out of the west headed our way. A whole lot of nothing going on here. Watching this area of low pressure down south, that's tropical moisture if you connect the dots. El Sol, the important beginning of solstice. The first day of summer is here, everybody.
Woo!
I'm glad he went with Sol, because when he wrote the S, I was like, how is he going to get out of this? You know?
Summer, solstice, it was going to be long.
Yeah, it worked.
A true telestrator pulls it off every time.
At 6:30 every morning right here. Only place you can catch it.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a perfect summer day, too, for the first official day of summer, Brandon.
Looks awesome, absolutely. Even this morning, comfortably cool out there. A lot of low and middle 50s. We've even had places like Howell, Flint flirting with the upper 40s to start the day. But we're at 57 degrees, a little northwest wind, just driving in some drier air. No wet weather in the forecast today. Going to warm up nicely. We have some tropical moisture way down south, which changes everything starting tomorrow. I wanted to get rid of this graphic, but it's still in there. Repeating. Summer, yes, officially started at 12:24 this morning. The summer solstice. It's the most Hours of sunlight in any day of the year, and we'll enjoy it because the sun will be out aplenty. 73 degrees at noon, 79 to 80 degrees this afternoon, and these west-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, skies are clearing here for now, but we are tracking a tropical storm Cindy down south, which isn't going to have a huge impact on flooding rains for us, but the heat and humidity on the increase because of Cindy, and we'll track Thursday showers that could be trouble for your morning drive tomorrow, but not this morning. Kim, how we looking?
We have dry roads this morning, so that is good news if you're headed out the door right now. However, we do have one accident I want to warn you about to watch out for. This is on northbound I-75 right at 7 Mile here. The right shoulder is blocked. However, we do still see a lot of green on our map, so delays aren't bad in that area. Just something to watch out for. Other than that, we are looking pretty good out there, so let's prove it with our Sky 4 chopper. Right now, we've got Sky 4 out and about, and they are at right here I-94 and Southfield Freeway, and you can see that things looking a-okay for your morning commute. Over to you.
All righty, Kim, thank you. 6:33 is your time down. If you're just joining us, we're following some tragic news this morning, a deadly double shooting on Detroit's west side.
And quite a mystery to unfold for police. 2 men found shot to death inside of a car, surrounded by dozens of shell casings. Nick Monticelli joins us now live following this investigation with police still out there. Do we know anything about these victims?
We know that the victims are a 21-year-old male and a male in his 20s, and inside of that Chevy Malibu behind me, there were 2 of them inside of the car, one in the driver's seat, one in the passenger seat, and the one in the passenger seat actually lives at the house that car is parked in front of. It's kind of hard to see with the car door closed, but Mike is working the camera. You can kind of see that car over there and that driver's side window completely shot out. Again, it's kind of difficult to see from this angle, but we do have some video to show you. The video starts off here with all of the evidence markers. This shooting happened at about 2:15 this morning. You see all these markers in the street. They counted about 22 different shell casings. The detective here told me that they believe an assault-style rifle was used, which makes sense as to why there were so many casings here in the street. Again, the victims were found shot to death inside of that car, one of them living at the home this car is parked in front of. As far as circumstances go, detectives are still trying to figure that out. They've been here all morning since about, I want to say the detectives arrived at about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. They've been trying to piece this together. So far, no luck on exactly what happened here, but that is something, of course, they will be working on in the hours and days ahead. We do know that there were multiple shots fired, A, because of all those shell casings, and B, because of what neighbors have been telling us about what happened here. So the medical examiner was here. They just removed the bodies from that car. They took them over to the morgue for the autopsies. And then the next stage in all this is a tow truck is going to be coming out here to remove that vehicle and move that to the impound lot so evidence technicians can keep it there if they've got to go through it even more. But like I said, this is a pretty big puzzle trying to figure out why 2 men were shot to death inside of a car. Hopefully somebody knows something and can call police with a tip, because certainly those detectives could use at least a starting point on what happened here. We're live here on Detroit's West Side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
And Nick, these overnight shootings have certainly been keeping police and investigators busy. This is the 3rd morning in a row you've been covering one.
Yep. Yeah, it's been a rough start to the week so far. In fact, the same detective has been at all 3 of them. We were talking about his caseload. He said it's getting pretty packed. They are trying to find a way to solve all these things, but when you've got one piled up on top of another, it gets pretty difficult.
Yeah, and hopefully somebody out there has the answers or the tip that they need to get to the bottom of this. Nick, thank you. Time now is 6:35, and we want to get to stories that we're following from all across Metro Detroit this morning.
And those stories come from Romulus, Farmington Hills, Lake Orion, and Fraser this morning. That's where tensions are high after Fraser City Council voted down the tax hike that would balance the city's budget and prevent police layoffs. Hundreds attended the meeting last night as a sexual harassment scandal hangs over the heads of Mayor Joe Nichols and a councilman, a scandal that the mayor says never existed until he knocked down the same proposal in November.
I think it's very poor political posturing that the night after we voted no, everything was pushed ahead.
You think it's a hit job?
I do.
There were not enough votes to lock in the new budget. Residents and officers fear layoffs are in the future.
In Lake Orion now, the school district will continue summer programs with an increased police presence. This is all after 16-year-old Nathan Growe ran away on Monday when he stole his grandfather's gun. Now, Nathan later made comments about trying out for the football team, which is what raised concerns for district officials. He has not been found just yet. And in Farmington Hills, police are on the lookout for this man who they believe robbed 2 banks in the area. Tuesday afternoon, he went into the Chase on Middle Belt and 11 Mile roads and handed the teller a note that demanded money. Police also believe that he robbed a nearby Bank of America last month. So if you recognize him, the man there in the Chicago Bulls hat, give police a call.
Down in Romulus, police have released a sketch of the suspect nearly 3 weeks after a car full of teens were shot. This is who they are looking for. Back on June 1st, the teens say that this man shot at their car on Wayne Road near I-94. A 13-year-old boy was left with a large bruise after one of the bullets went through the back seat where he was sitting. The teens say that the shooter took off in a small, newer model silver car.
It is 6:38 now on your Wednesday morning, and let's check in with Jason in the carport this morning to see what he's working on. Good morning.
Good morning. Say yeah to the UP, Now a New York company going the extra mile to apologize after offending our lovely upper half. Doc?
Tired of heading to the gym? I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, new reasons to ditch the treadmill and take your workout outdoors instead.
Sky 4